Right. Today I want to teach you about the human body systems, and David Seven Science Theater is introducing this to you, and that is our banner. Don't forget to like our videos, share and subscribe. Subscribe for more and better videos. Right. Human body systems are many. There are 11 main systems that keep our bodies functioning. Write the primary roles of each in the diagram below. This is too compressed. I have tried to talk more about each system in the next slides. So when you look at this, I want to mention them just a take through, and we shall continue. We have the endocrine system. We have the nervous system. Okay, nervous system. This is brain. Cardiovascular system. I have the heart here. The lymphatic system, I have lymphatic vessels and nodes, lymph nodes. Urinary system, you can see the vesica here and the kidneys. Skeletal system, and you can see the thorax here, thorax wall here. We have muscular system, for example, you can see the gastrocnemius here. We have the integumentary system, which will be the hair and skin here. We have the reproductive system. Reproductive system, you can see we have the genitalia here, genital organs. Digestive system, you can see some colonies here, colony and the small intestines. Then we have the lungs, those ones representing the respiratory system. Then we have endocrine system being represented by the thymus gland. Yeah, okay, thyroid gland, thyroid gland. Let's continue. So the skin and its appendages. The skin is the outermost covering of the human body. Its appendages include hairs, nails, sebaceous glands, and sweat glands. The skin performs a lot of functions. Four of them are here. It is a barrier against entry of microbes and other substances. 2, it prevents loss of water from the body. 3, it is a very sensitive or important sensory organ containing receptors for touch and related sensations. 4, it plays an important role in regulating the temperature of the body, thermohomeostasis, okay? 2 is the skeletal system. The basic framework of the body is provided by a large number of bones that collectively form the skeleton. At joints, the bones are united to each other by fibrous bands which we call ligaments. And in addition to the bones and joints, the skeletal system also includes the cartilages. These are present in the entire body. Okay, now the muscle system. The muscle system, overlying and usually attached to the bones are various muscles. Yes, usually attached to the bones. The muscles are composed of many elongated cells, which cells we call the muscle fibers, and these are capable of contracting and relaxing. There are 3 distinct types of muscles, and they can be identified, which are skeletal muscles, smooth muscles, and the cardiac muscles. So these 3 types are major components of the muscle system. Cardiac muscles in the heart, smooth muscles in the arteries or blood vessels, and trachea and whatever. Then we have the skeletal muscles, those ones attached to the body wall. Okay. So the nerve supplying the body wall, we are still talking about, this has been the muscle system. So now we've gone to the nervous system. The nervous system is divided into the central nervous system, made up of the brain and spinal cord. If we are to talk about the nervous system, we have the central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Okay, so the central nervous system is basically the brain and the spinal cord, whereas the peripheral nervous system consists of peripheral nerves and associated ganglia. Ganglia which are associated to the peripheral nerves. And that is it. The nerves supplying the body wall and the limbs are often called cerebrospinal nerves. Okay, those supplying the body wall and the limbs. And the nerves which are supplying the viscera, along with parts of the brain and spinal cord related to them, they constitute what we call the autonomic nervous system. Viscera, autonomic nervous system. The autonomic nervous system is further divided into the sympathetic and parasympathetic nervous system. So that is what we can talk about the nervous system. Autonomic, parasympathetic, and sympathetic nervous system. Okay, let's continue. The cardiovascular system. This consists of the heart and the blood vessels that take blood from the heart to various tissues. These blood vessels, we call them arteries. The small arteries are called arterioles. So as blood flows, it flows from heart, arteries, arterioles. And arterioles open into a network of capillaries that perfuse the tissues. Capillaries, they supply blood or nutrients to the tissues. And exchange of various substances between the blood and tissues takes place through walls of the capillaries. They are leaky and permeable to these nutrients. In some situations, capillaries are replaced by slightly different blood vessels, which we call sinusoids. They have larger lumens than capillaries, and cells are not too fixed like those of the walls of the capillaries. Sinusoids. Now, the blood from capillaries or from sinusoids is collected by smaller venules, which venules will join to form veins, and the vein will return the blood to the heart. So that is what we can talk about the cardiovascular system. Arteries, arterioles, capillaries slash sinusoids, venules, veins back to the heart. Let's continue. The respiratory system. Respiratory system consists of the lungs and the passages through which air reaches the lungs. And these passages are nasal cavities, pharynx, the trachea, the bronchi, and the intrapulmonary continuations. So that is it. Let's continue. Number 7 is the digestive system. The digestive system, or what we call alimentary system, includes all those structures that are concerned with eating and with the digestion and absorption of the food. Okay, and the system, it means, will consist of the alimentary canal, which forms the oral cavity, pharynx, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, and the large intestine. Small intestine is further divided into two other segments like duodenum, jejunum, and the ileum. So those three are part of the small intestine. Okay, let's continue. Other structures included within the digestive system are these glands, our accessory structures, the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas. Okay, the liver, the gallbladder, and the pancreas. Now, number 8 is the excretory system. Excretion is the removal of waste products of metabolism from the body. And egestion is the removal of undigested food from the gut and is not regarded as excretion because the material taken into the gut through the mouth is not made by the body itself. So ejection is not excretion because the material which we are getting out of the body was not made by the ejection is not regarded as excretion because the material taken into the gut through the mouth is not made by the body itself. All right, so let's continue. Uh, the organs forming excretory systems, therefore, are the kidneys, ureters, the bladder, and the urethra. The skin is also included here, right? So that is it. Let's continue. Now the reproductive system. Reproduction is production of a new generation of individuals of the same species. It involves the transmission of the genetic material from one generation to the next generation. And the male reproductive organs, you know them. We have the testes, the epididymis, the rectus deferens, the seminal vesicles, the prostate, the male urethra, and the penis. All those are male reproductive organs. Female reproductive organs, we have ovaries, uterine tubes, the uterus, the VG, the external genitalia, and the mammary glands. This one will include the vulva and other things like labia minoris, minora, whatever. It is a lot about female reproductive organs. Okay, let's talk about system number 10, and that is the endocrine system. Endocrine tissue is made up of essentially cells that produce secretions which are poured directly into the blood, and you can call them hormones. So some organs are entirely endocrine in function. For example, the hypophysis cerebri, call it pituitary gland, the pineal gland, the thyroid gland, which produces thyroxine hormones. Pineal gland is important in formation of melatonin stimulating hormones. Then we have the parathyroid gland, which secretes parathormone, and the suprarenal glands, which secrete a lot of hormones from either the medulla or from the cortex. Those are around 7 or more hormones. So let's talk about this. We are still continuing with the endocrine system. Groups of endocrine cells may be present in the organs that have other functions. These include the islets of Langerhans of the pancreas. You have interstitial cells of Leydig, call them of the testes. You have the follicles, okay? You have the corpus luteum of ovary. So all these are just endocrine cells embedded within organs which have other primary functions, okay? And hormones are also produced by some cells in the kidney, the thymus gland, and the placenta. Thymus produces thymin, placenta produces a couple of hormones, sex steroids, human chorionic somatomamotrophin, human chorionic gonadotrophin, and many more other hormones. A lot of hormones within the body can also be produced by the placenta. Okay? And hormones are also produced by the kidney. Alright, erythropoietin. So that is it. Now, the 11th system is blood and the immune system. Blood is also a modified connective tissue because the cellular elements in it are separated by a considerable amount of intercellular substance. Because some of the cells in it have close affinities to cells in the general connective tissue. And one, we have the red blood cells. Erythrocytes are largely concerned with oxygen transport. And let's continue. We have the white blood cells, and these are leukocytes. They play various roles in body defense. and against infection and tissue injury. Then we have platelets, thrombocytes. Thrombocytes are primarily involved in maintaining the integrity of blood vessels and preventing blood loss. Recall the thrombocytes produce the 5-hydroxytryptamine. They also produce we have enzymes there, call it COX-1, or we have COX enzymes in the platelets. These ones, they produce chemicals which will boost thrombogenesis. Okay, so let's continue. That is it. White blood cells produce, they are important in body defense. Platelets involved in maintaining blood vessel integrity and preventing blood loss, hemorrhage. Okay, so don't you forget to like our videos, subscribe for more and better videos, share to other students to also enjoy our videos. They are good and very good videos. Don't forget to subscribe, please, for more and better videos. The channel has good and good science. Thank you.